course, it is said that big government is like a big baby. Huge appetite on one end and total irresponsibility on the other. Well, okay, but I've long ago learned our first principle. If we believe in ourselves, the future is ours. Reminds me of an incident, 1985, January, I believe, when the Hezbollah kidnapped several Americans. Now, there are laws against trying to deal with terrorists for good reason, good way to ensure more terrorism. But I had to get these people back. Their families were pushing hard on me. Well, after a series of events, the Israelis came to me and said, no, you cannot deal with the Iranians, particularly with the Ayatollah in there right now, but the more moderate Iranians, there's a possibility. We will sell them TOW missiles. They will return your hostages, and you simply replenish our inventory. Well, the minute we heard that, of course, none of us liked it. George Shultz really hated it. Cap Weinberg said, no, Ron, if we do that, this whole thing could blow up on our face, which, of course, is exactly what happened. But I had to try to get these people back. And, in fact, it was working. I was getting hostages back. Then a strange thing happened. The Iranians overpaid for one of the shipments of missiles by something like $6 million for some reason. Well, the Israelis put together a secret bank account to handle this excess money. Oliver North, working for our NSC, found out about that money. And he took a large percentage of it and gave it to the Contras. The Contras are the freedom fighters in Nicaragua. We're all in favor of supporting freedom fighters, but not that way. The big thing that he didn't do is he didn't tell me about it. Poindexter, his boss, found out about it. He didn't tell me about it either. Then an article came out in a Beirut magazine stating that the United States, we were selling arms for hostages. Our press got a hold of that and made a firestorm out of it. And they said to me, Ron, what's going on? And I said, I don't know. They didn't believe me. That had never happened before, that they didn't believe me, but they sure didn't. 2 years later, we were still trying to get back the hostages. We'd gotten back a few, but there were more kidnappings. I remember my mother saying, Ron, when things get so bad, all you can do is throw up your hands in despair. Remember, our first principle, you've got to believe in yourself. No secrets to God, there's no surprises to God. God knows everything, and you're never given more than you can handle.